Here's a piece of trivia for you. What country has the oldest continuously inhabited city in the Americas? That would be Honduras, home to the ancient city of La Guacamaya, which dates back to 1500 BC. Located in modern-day Tegucigalpa, La Guacamaya was founded by the Lenca people, one of the earliest known civilizations in the region. Its strategic location along a major trade route facilitated cultural and economic exchange with other Mesoamerican societies such as the Maya. The city flourished until around 1450 AD when it was abandoned, possibly due to overpopulation, soil erosion, or climate change. Though the people disappeared, their legacy lives on through the archaeological sites they left behind, which are now UNESCO World Heritage Sites. But who were the people who built these magnificent ruins? Let's find out. The history of Honduras dates back thousands of years before the Spanish arrived in the 16th century. The country was inhabited by several indigenous tribes, including the Maya, the Lenca, and the Pec. Each tribe had its own unique language and culture, but they all shared a common ancestor, the Zikchak. The Zikchak people are believed to have migrated from what is now southern Mexico around 1200 BC. They settled in the fertile valleys of the Central Highlands and developed a complex society with a hierarchical social structure and a sophisticated understanding of agriculture. By 500 BC, the Zikchak had reached their peak, and their influence extended throughout Mesoamerica. Their economy was based on agriculture, and they grew crops such as maize, beans, squash, and tomatoes. They also kept domesticated animals, including dogs, turkeys, and pigs. The Zikchak were skilled merchants and traded their agricultural surplus with other Mesoamerican societies for obsidian, pottery, and other goods. They also had a well-developed road system that connected them with other major cities in the region. Around 1000 AD, the Zikchak began to decline for reasons that are not entirely clear. Some historians believe that overpopulation, soil erosion, or climate change may have played a role. Whatever the cause, the decline of the Zikchak would have a profound impact on the history of Honduras. As the Zikchak civilization declined, three new groups emerged: the Maya, the Lenca, and the Pec. The Maya established the first major city in Honduras, La Guacamaya, while the Lenca and the Pec lived in smaller settlements throughout the highlands and coastal regions. Despite their differences, all three groups shared a common ancestor, the Zikchak, and they all had a deep understanding of agriculture and trade. The Mayans were known for their advanced knowledge of mathematics, astronomy, and medicine, while the Lenca and the Pec were skilled hunters and gatherers. They lived in small villages and were organized into chieftainships rather than the more complex social hierarchy of the Zikchak. In the 14th and 15th centuries, two powerful kingdoms emerged in Mesoamerica: the Aztec Empire in the north and the Inca Empire in the south. The Aztecs dominated the central Mexican plateau, while the Inca controlled the Andes Mountains in South America. Despite their geographical distance, both empires shared a common language, religion, and cultural practices. They also had a profound impact on the history of Honduras. The Aztecs and the Inca never directly ruled over Honduras, but their influence was felt throughout Mesoamerica. Many of the local rulers adopted the Aztec and Inca customs and even sent embassies to their courts. In addition, the empire's demand for tribute and human sacrifices had a devastating impact on the indigenous population. When the Spanish began exploring and conquering Central America in the 16th century, they encountered a region that had been heavily influenced by the Aztec and Inca cultures. This would have a profound impact on the history of Honduras. The Spanish conquest of Honduras began in 1523 when conquistador Pedro Arias de Avila arrived in the region. He was followed by other explorers and settlers who claimed the land for the Spanish crown. The Spanish were drawn to Honduras for several reasons, including its wealth in gold and silver, its strategic location on the Caribbean coast, and its potential as a source of agricultural products. However, the Spanish conquest was not without its challenges. The indigenous population resisted the Spanish rule, and there were frequent conflicts between the two groups. The Spanish also faced environmental challenges, including the dense jungle and the deadly vipers. Despite these challenges, the Spanish were able to establish settlements and begin extracting the resources they sought. They introduced African slaves to work on plantations and mines, and they began to convert the indigenous population to Christianity. By the end of the 16th century, Honduras was a fully fledged colony of the Spanish Empire. In the following centuries, Honduras would be ruled by Spain and would become an important part of the Central American region. It would face many challenges, including natural disasters, political instability, and economic decline. However, the people of Honduras would persevere, and the country would eventually achieve independence from Spain in 1821. Today, Honduras is a vibrant democracy with a rich history and culture. It faces many challenges, including poverty, crime and corruption. However, it is also home to some of the most beautiful people in the world and some of the most stunning natural beauty. From the lush rainforests of the Mezquitia to the pristine beaches of the Caribbean coast, Honduras has something for everyone. So what do you think? Did you learn something new about Honduras? Do you want to visit this beautiful country? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.